Did you ever hear about the time when animals could talk just like us? Well, let me take you on a journey to a truly enchanting place, a world unlike any other. A world where animals don't just walk and quack or bark, but they also chat, laugh, and even argue. Yes, you heard it right. They live their lives much like we do, full of dreams, adventures, and sometimes a little mischief. Imagine a bustling city, but instead of people, you see elephants in suits rushing to work, monkeys swinging from traffic lights, and parrots delivering mail. At the heart of this city, there's a cozy neighborhood where homes are nestled in giant mushroom houses, and the streets are lined with candy cane lampposts. It's in this very neighborhood where our story begins. In this magical world lived a clever rabbit named Remy. Now, let's turn the page and meet this charming character. Remy wasn't your ordinary rabbit, she was known for her wit and cleverness. Now let's get to know Remy a little better. Remy was a small rabbit with a big personality. She was quick, not just on her feet, but also in her thoughts. In the animal kingdom, there was hardly a creature who didn't know of Remy's sharp intellect. Remy was known for always having an answer, always having a plan. Be it the craftiest of foxes or the slyest of snakes, no one could outwit our little rabbit. Her reputation of cleverness had spread far and wide, across the fields, through the woods, all the way to the deepest parts of the forest. Every creature, big or small, knew of Remy and her legendary wit. But Remy's life wasn't just about outsmarting others. She was kind, she was brave, and she was loved by all. But one day, Remy found herself in a bit of a pickle. Remy had accidentally fallen into an old well and no one was around to help. This was quite a pickle for our fluffy little friend. Remy had been hopping around her favorite meadow, exploring and enjoying the sunny afternoon, when she had tripped over a hidden stone and tumbled down into an old abandoned well. Now, this wasn't just a simple problem. The well was deep, its rough stone walls towering high above her. She could still see the sky, a tiny circle of blue far above, but it might as well have been a world away. The well was too deep for her to jump out, even with her powerful rabbit legs. Remy didn't panic. She took a deep breath, her small chest puffing out and then shrinking back. She tried to jump, her strong legs propelling her upwards, but she only managed to reach halfway before gravity pulled her back down. The landing was hard, and she let out a small whimper, her pink nose twitching in distress. She tried again, and then again, each time hoping that she could somehow jump a little higher, reach a little further, but each time she was met with the same result. Remy was stuck, and she realized that no matter how many times she tried, she couldn't jump her way out of this problem. It was getting late. The sun was setting, and Remy could see the first twinkling stars appearing in the sky above her. She could feel the chill of the night creeping in, seeping through the damp stones of the well. Remy shivered, her soft fur bristling. The situation was dire, but Remy was not a rabbit to give up easily. She was smart, she was resourceful, and she was determined. She knew that jumping out of the well was not an option, but she also knew that there had to be another way. She just needed to think, to come up with a plan. But remember, Remy was a clever rabbit and she had a plan. Scene script. Despite the danger, Remy didn't lose her wits. She began to devise a plan. And what a plan it was. Remy knew she couldn't jump high enough to escape the well, and clawing her way out would take ages. But what she did have was a keen mind and a determined spirit. She looked around her, assessing her surroundings. Even in the dim light, her rabbit eyes spotted something that sparked an idea. She saw pebbles, lots of them, scattered all around the well. An idea began to form in her clever little mind. Remy thought, what if I could build a stairway? A stairway of pebbles that could lead me out of here. It was a big task, but Remy knew that she had no other choice. It was do or, well, she didn't want to think about the alternative. She started gathering the pebbles one by one and piling them up against the side of the well. It was slow work, and she had to be careful not to let the pebbles slide back down. But with each pebble she added, her hope grew. She worked tirelessly, her paws sore but her spirit undaunted. Remy was a smart rabbit, and she used her wits to place the pebbles strategically, making sure that each one added to the stability of her makeshift stairway. She kept going, tirelessly piling pebble upon pebble until she had a little mound. But she didn't stop there. She knew she needed to build higher until her stairway reached the top of the well. Remy knew it was a long shot. She knew it was going to take a lot of time and effort, but she also knew that it was her only chance. And so she pressed on, her heart filled with determination and hope. She wasn't just a rabbit in a well anymore. She was Remy, the clever, resourceful rabbit who was going to get out of the well and go back home no matter what. And so the plan was set into motion. With a deep breath, Remy started to execute her plan. Remy had always been a brave little rabbit, but today she was more courageous than ever. With her heart pounding like a drum, she began to put her clever plan into action. She was trapped at the bottom of an old dry well, but she had a plan to escape. She had found a few stray pebbles and stones around her, and now she started to pile them up, one on top of the other. Each pebble she placed was a step closer to freedom, and with every stone, her hopes soared a little higher. Meanwhile, outside the well, the other animals had gathered. They watched in awe and anticipation, their eyes wide with surprise and curiosity. They had never seen such a small creature take on such a big challenge. But Remy was not just any rabbit, she was a rabbit with a plan. The birds chirped excitedly from the trees, their feathers ruffling in the breeze. The squirrels chattered nervously, their bushy tails flicking back and forth. Even the old wise owl, who had seen many a day and night, watched with interest. As Remy's pile of pebbles grew taller, the animals held their breath, their hearts beating in sync with the little rabbit's. The excitement was palpable. It was as if the whole forest had come to a standstill, waiting to see what would happen next. And then, just as the sun was beginning to set, casting long shadows over the forest, it happened. With a final push, Remy climbed onto the last pebble. She was now high enough to reach the edge of the well. Taking a moment to gather her strength, she leaped with all her might. The animals gasped as Remy flew through the air, her small body outlined against the setting sun. With a final leap, Remy was out of the well, safe and sound. And the forest erupted in cheers and applause, celebrating the bravery and resourcefulness of one small rabbit. Remy's cleverness had saved the day once again. With the sun setting low and casting a golden glow over the forest, the animals erupted into boisterous cheer. Their homes were safe, thanks to Remy. The forest was filled with laughter and joy, the air buzzing with the excitement of victory. Every animal, big and small, gathered around Remy, their faces beaming with gratitude. The birds chirped melodious songs of triumph. The squirrels chattered in glee, and the deer pranced around in jubilation. The forest was alive with celebration, and at the heart of it all was Remy, the clever little rabbit who had outwitted the fox. From the wise old owl to the tiny field mouse, everyone sang praises of Remy's quick thinking and sharp wit. They marveled at how he had turned a seemingly impossible situation into a victory for all. His ingenious plan, they agreed, was a testament to his intelligence and bravery. "3 cheers for Remy," roared the bear, his voice echoing through the forest. The animals joined in, their voices rising in a unanimous cheer that filled the forest. Remy, the clever rabbit, had become the hero of their tale, the one who had saved their homes and their lives. As the celebrations continued into the night, Remy sat quietly, a humble smile on his face. He didn't consider himself a hero. To him, he was just a simple rabbit who loved his home and his friends. But his actions had proven otherwise. His cleverness had not only saved the day, but had also earned him the respect and admiration of all the animals in the forest. And so, under a starlit sky, the animals danced and celebrated, their hearts full of joy and gratitude. They would always remember this day, the day Remy, the clever rabbit, outwitted the cunning fox and saved their homes. That's the story of Remy, the clever rabbit who always found a way out of tricky situations.